This
job currently.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
We'll start in another 2 minutes.
Hi, Amala. Good morning.
Good morning, good evening.
Good morning, Amulya. This is Venu.
Good evening.
Good evening, Pai.
We'll start in another 2 minutes. I'll just wait for another guy also to join because anyways we are just four, so give me 2 to 3 minutes. You people receive documents? Venu, Dinesh, Lakshman.
Uh, mm,
I didn't get any documents, Amulya.
yeah.
Actually, I was following up even yesterday evening also, and they said that they'll be sending it immediately. Give me 1 minute. Somebody from admin team.
They didn't send anything till date because not even recording as well.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Shekhar. I'm
Uh, D-
sending today.
Dinesh, maybe you just need to log in that Cloud Foundation website. In that website, you just saw that materials and videos. But Amulya, they didn't upload their two sessions, that last two sessions.
Agree, agree. And Venu will give you the link for recommendations, and also these documents for you were already sent.
Because
Let's
Prakash told me he's going to send, but he didn't send me. I just sent him my email address.
okay, maybe he'll send it to you immediately. I sent him yesterday, and he said that he'll be passing it on to you. And lab
Okay.
also, Venu, I'll give you the access. Give me sometime by end of today. Rest of the people
Okay.
got access to lab.
No, I didn't get
Yeah,
the
I'm able
access.
to log in.
Who was able to log in?
Lakshman.
Lakshmi. Okay. Shekhar and Dinesh, you people did not get it yet?
No,
Yeah,
we didn't get anything.
actually, the thing is, in that Cloud Foundation websites, we are we are see the that materials there, study materials, and that previous lecture videos, recorded sessions. But the thing is, VMAX is, we didn't get the VMAXs, and that
Okay.
last two sessions of your hours, means like hours recording.
Okay, okay. We just start.
I pinged it that guy, but they didn't responded. I sent that, please send me that mail, because it is, because we reminded, if it is in our mail, then we just know, okay, we got that. I didn't get any
Yeah,
mail. Oh.
give me 1 moment. Even my user is locked for this Windows machine. Hey, I just told you about we have drive for the server. Have you checked it? Hello?
Hello?
1 moment. Hello? Uh, all smalls? Okay, give me 1 minute. And for the other one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, even this password is not working. All smalls, right? Just mm, no, it's not working. Yeah, because I was about to start a session and I'm unable to access that. Okay, sure. Okay, before they provide an access, we'll see some other things. They have logged many of the accounts yesterday and they logged mine also, unfortunately. And I'm following up since 2 days. Okay. Mm, Okay, so people can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Not at Amoja.
Okay, can you please check, because if at least one can see, that means that I'm sharing fine.
I can see the screen, Amulya. It's Venu.
Okay, okay, Venu. And rest of the three people, can you not see the screen?
Yes, Amulya.
I'm not able to. Let me relog in.
Okay, okay. Dinesh and Shekhar?
Yes, Amulya. Where I can see
Okay,
you. See your screen.
okay, then I don't think that's a problem from my side. Okay, let me just try to start. We'll have a quick recap on what we did. So, can somebody just do it for me? Because I don't want to go and recap it and make you sleep again. Can somebody just add few points? I don't want in detail, but I just want you people to walk through it quickly. What are the main points that we discussed yesterday?
So we
Yesterday we
got the
discussed.
raw data into
Mm-hmm.
landing, from
Mm-hmm.
landing to staging, and we
Mm-hmm.
have some transformations no, and and cleansing data. From there we move to objects.
Mm-hmm.
From objects to we move to cross reference. So
Mm-hmm.
we rejected the duplicate records in staging and business object,
Okay.
and we had two different kinds of file, one credit card, one debit card. So we separated those two into different criteria, two different criteria, and we moved into different stages, and from staging to landing to staging, from staging to object business objects, from there to cross references to create the golden record in business objects.
Okay. Anybody to add on to this? Okay. We yesterday saw just an overview of the entire flow, how the data moves from landing to the base object. Give me one moment. Yeah, hello. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, but one thing I wanted to know is people have not yet received any documents. We have sent even yesterday and also on Wednesday, but they say that they have not received any working notes about it. So it would be nice if you can. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, can you please send me that link also so that I will see what has been updated there and what is not yet updated? Yeah. Okay, sure. Don't forget that, okay? Thank you. Bye. If there is some problem with the server. The one who has access already, can you people try to log in and see if you are able to log into this particular server?
Okay, let me try that then.
Okay. And now, anyways, today I have something else also to tell, which I missed yesterday. Okay, now what we saw is we saw the entire flow. We know how the data moves from end to end. And we know something about lock. We know something about write lock, how to access the application at the initial level. Now we will see that what should be the state of an application so that all your landing, raw, base object staging should start working. I mean, the system should always be and up and running so that you will be comfortable with the development. There should not be any obstacles when you start the development. Correct? There comes the concept. Now, what we have seen yesterday is we have stopped it till here. We have seen landing, we have seen staging, and we saw that for every base object there are staging tables, and those staging tables are internal to base object. And the flow of data moves from landing to staging, and there is something called a delta detection process, raw and rejection, which is all handled by MDM by itself. And then we have something called a load process. And this is just a recap. And the data moves from stage to BO, and there a consolidation happens where we define the match and merge rules. Data gets matched and merged, and
Right.
then the golden data is saved. This is what we just saw as an overview. We did not do any demonstrations. We are not doing any practicals. This was just a theoretical overview. When we start doing the practicals, then there is a lot of things that will come behind, and we will have to know more about it. So we will see about it later. Now we have seen an application overview. Now we will see that what are the prerequisites for this application to run. Not just we saw the prerequisites like JBoss, and yeah, just for your people, when you work on, okay, when you are even planning to attend any interview on Informatica MDM, please make a note of it, or you can just listen to the video again. When we talked about this version, because yesterday we were working on something and suddenly I realized that I should tell you people. If for 10.3, which is the current release, even the JBoss 1.7 is supported, but a lot of bugs are there. And Informatica Corporation is working on it to release a EBF. You will listen this name called EBF very frequently, which is Emergency Bug Fix. So why I'm telling you this point is because I know you're already experienced professionals, and when you call yourself as an Informatica MDM specialist, you are expected to know many things. Okay, what is exactly this? See, initially this JBoss 1.7 was used, now 1.8 is used, which is absolutely fine and is up and working. But for version 10.3 for HF1, HF1 or HF2, whatever is the HF, HF is nothing but hotfix. Hotfix is like a patch to that particular version. Okay, what is happening is when we are using 10.3, there are a lot of problems arising for a real-time services with the version of JBoss 1.7. So what Informatica is telling all those people who purchased the license of 10.3 is, please go back and install JBoss 1.6 itself. We are working on the known bug fixes, and we will give you one emergency bug fix. What does it mean by emergency bug fix? Means it's also a patch. Sometimes we'll have, right, for a Windows, we will run a patch for some security. For Oracle, we will run some patch. That kind of patch also Informatica gives you people. So it is saying that, guys, if you are using 1.7, please bring down your JBoss to 1.6. Please get on your JBoss version to 1.6 and then start working on it. We will give you one particular patch file so that you do it and then start using JBoss 1.7. Many functionalities are not working as expected for 1.7. This was not a problem initially, but when people start upgrading from 1.6 to 1.7 JBoss, there are lot of issues, and almost Informatica has around roughly 12,000 to 13,000 tickets on the same issues for JBoss 1.7. See, I need not tell all these things as a part of training, but since you are already experienced professionals, I'm just making some time. Do not feel it as boring, which is very important also.
So what is 1.6, 1.8? These are JDK versions, or?
No, JBoss versions. JBoss is another application, right? So that
Okay.
version is supported as 1.6 from 9.5 till now, till 10.2. But 10.3, they said that you can also use 1.7, it is supported. But it is not working as expected for few of the functionalities, not all the functionalities, for few. So Informatica sent an email to all those clients who are using 10.3 to come down to JBoss 1.6, so that they will provide a patch to this current MDM software, and once that patch is installed, they can use 1.7. Okay, when you are working on or you are attending an interview, any meanwhile, then say that if you are telling them that I have also an idea on 10.3, then you should tell that if somebody asks you what are the hurdles, then you can mention this point that, okay, initially JBoss used was 1.6. Now when 1.7 was upgraded, there are a lot of issues. When they ask that what are a lot of issues, you can say that connectivity issues for third-party systems. We will see about those things in later classes, but I may forget this point. That's the reason I added it today. Okay. Somebody has something to ask?
No, sure.
So Amulya, landing data, no, raw data is coming from the only three databases: Oracle, SQL Server, and DB2, or
Data
we
can
can,
data
or
can come
CSV, or CSV files.
See, data can come from anywhere to MDM, but MDM's database sits on this particular raw reject and sorry, DB2, Oracle, and SQL Server.
Okay.
Okay, now we will
Okay.
see something called. Anyways, this you cannot see every day on your even server. So we will see this thing. What is there's something called states of an OR. Now, yesterday when we were seeing a tool, we try to log in, we try to connect to master database, and then we saw some option called databases. I guess I have the snapshot of it somewhere. Okay, here. See, we try to log into MDM, and yesterday we saw that there is something called this page is what we have seen. Okay, if you see this snapshot is from version 9.5, where this metadata manager has been upgraded to repository manager from version 10, and cleanse match server has been upgraded to process server. This is the only change. That's the reason I have not yet changed this diagram. But yeah, the functionality, the symbol, everything is same. Just that the name has been varied from 9.5 to 10. Okay, yesterday when we logged into Hub Console, we saw this page. And we saw that this is something an admin contributes to, and these are something which a developer contributes to. Now, we try to add our database which has been created, and once we try to add our database, we start creating tables and everything. So, once we try add a database, the database that we add should have particular states. Those are called states of an MDM. Okay, ORS states. We saw this, right? When we were just seeing this repository manager, we were just trying to click the drop down and try to see that these are present.
I'm really sorry for disturbing. What is that means of ORS?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. I thought I just covered it in day one, but yeah, we'll go through it. Now, first, before we start, what is an ORS? Everybody has an idea of what is a schema, correct? You know what is a schema? Database schema, where you
Yeah, man.
create tables within a schema and everything within a schema. So a schema is created for you people by a database admin or somebody and given to you so that you just add it in your SQL developer and start using the schema, correct? SQL developer Toad or whatever it is, you configure it giving the schema name and password, its own port, local host or service name, and try to connect it and start creating tables within that schema, right? So
Schema is like that raw like table structure.
not like a table structure, it's a table space. It's a space where you start creating your table. Schema is like a container.
Okay.
Okay, or I can say that ORS is nothing but operational reference store. Is nothing but uh, a schema or
Or is in operational data store.
yeah, operational reference store. Okay, ORS is nothing. The full form is operational reference store, but in other terms, when we talk about schema, it is nothing but a space or a space allocated to create MDM development. So when you take a power center, you will be given a repository where you again when you talk about a repository, you will have a schema where you try to add it to your power center server, and then once you add it, you start using it. You start creating mappings in that particular schema. You have landing tables and you have table structures created in that particular repositories, correct?
Right.
So exactly the same schema or something, or you call it a repository, is named as ORS in MDM. But the difference is the way ORS is created is not similar to any other ORS. For example, as far as I know, when you try to create a schema from Oracle and give it to Informatica Power Center people to use it, you use something called create schema, where schema name, and I don't know those particular scripts, so I do not want to spell wrong. You do it via, you will try to log into uh, SQL Plus or whatever it is, and from the admin credentials, you try to create a schema, correct? But in
Right.
MDM, it is not a way. What Informatica is doing is it is giving a script to create a schema. I will try to show it in my local. See, I don't know if this will work or not. How now in I do not want to now open Google and see how this schema is created in Oracle database, because I don't know and I do not want to know at this point of time. But for MDM, how a schema is created is just I wanted to know, show you. This will not work mostly, but I'm using something called a script. And this script is given by Informatica MDM, and this is purely an admin part. No developer is expected to know this. But I'm just trying to show you because you should have an idea. When you call yourself as 54, you should have an idea on what it is. Definitely this will not work because my Oracle might not be up. This is how we try to create an ORS and try to use it. So see, now the database type should either be Oracle, SQL Server, or DB2. Let me give Oracle. You need not know much about it, just I'm trying to help you understand it, that's it. And be
Among this command, are we going to create master ORS or the change ORS?
no, with master ORS is all created at one time during the installation, that's it.
Okay, so whatever we create it now, it will go and mount to that.
Yeah, the other one which will be inside it. And these all are the ORSs or schemas that can be used separately, one for dev, one for production, one for test, one for quality check, and all those things.
Okay.
Okay, test ORS password, let me give Tiger. So I'm not writing. So anyways, this will not get created. This conflicts with another role name or something. Okay, but for now, I don't want it to get created or something. What I wanted to show is a schema is created like this in MDM. As a developer, nobody will ask you to come and create a schema. But you should know that when somebody asks you, hey, Shekhar, can you please tell me what is the schema name that you should have so that I can create it for you? If some DB asks you like this, then you should tell that, no, 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 please do not create it that way. MDM Informatica will provide its own scripts to create a schema. Please follow it. And when somebody asks it, where is the script? Tell that it will be in DB files. But nobody will ask you this question. But you are, as a developer, you are responsible to tell them that do not create a schema in a traditional format. It will not work for MDM. You create, please, using a, remember this name, zip and underscore bat. Zip underscore and dot bat, sorry. No, no,
Mm,
zip, I'll just tell you, one moment. Dot file, bat file should be used to create a schema. Somebody was asking something. Okay, that means that a traditional schema which will work for any other technology or which will work for any other applications is not applicable to MDM, because when you create a schema and try to do some other operations like import on schemas, which is not as a developer perspective, it creates a lot of internal tables like repos and all those things. And also, we saw that when we create landing staging and base object, but there are lot many tables like cross-reference, history, and all which are created by MDM itself. For all those things to work, the schema should be created in this format which Informatica gives. You should be known to this thing. This is the only thing that you are expected to know. When somebody asks you even in an interview, can you please tell me how a schema is created? Then when you say that I have no idea, they do not mind. But if you can tell that, okay, there is a script called zip_and.bat which is used to create an ORS, then that answer will be very satisfying for any interviewer who is sitting there, even if it is me. Because generally developers do not bother about all these things. They said that I am given a schema from a DB team and I'm using it. But when you say that I know that a schema is not created in a regular format, instead a schema is created using a zip and file, then I'll be more happy to listen that okay, this guy is known about MDM at least in a better way. Okay. So this is how an ORS is created or a schema is created in MDM, and this schema is all we use these credentials, configure it in our MDM page and try to start using it. And going further, any schema that is created will always be in a valid state. Okay, valid state. And when we start working on a schema will go to a warning state. Warning state is still acceptable and you can still work on this particular schema when it is in a warning state. Anything that is in a valid or warning is absolutely fine. You can work on both the things. I mean, you can continue your development. The production system can also be on a valid or a warning state. Warning state is always acceptable. There can be thousands and lakhs of warnings. That's immaterial. That's none of our business. But there are something else called unknown and failed or invalid state. Unknown state is something which there are some changes, not every time, but there might be some changes. There might be some development happened in this ORS, and MDM doesn't know what exactly happened, or at least at that point of time, MDM was not so active to capture your changes. At that point of time, you will have to go and do a validation again. Let me just try to show you that. Okay. See, we have few states. Whenever a new fresh ORS is created, you can see this valid state with a green tick mark. And whenever there is something like an apostrophe in a triangle, then that is in a warning state, that is still fine. Whenever if it is in a cross state, then it is in a failed state and you cannot do any operations on it. Yeah, you can still go and create tables, but those tables are not saved properly and you cannot migrate those tables from one ORS to another ORS. Always remember, something in a cross state should be taken care of or should be given importance on. And there is something called a question mark. What is this question mark? Question mark is nothing but what do you say, unknown state where a validation is required. If anything is or a metadata is changed and some validation should be done on it to check if it is exactly as per MDM standards or no, the MDM itself goes to an unknown state and validating it either will put it into a warning state or into an error state. If at all, if it is put into an error state, then you will have to work on what is the error. And if at all, if it is in a valid state or in a warning state, that's absolutely fine. These are nothing but the states of an ORS. Okay. Any doubts at this point of time?
Amulya, means like if it is like failed, then how can we rectify that things?
If it is in,
Means like ORS is it's like in failed state, then
yes,
how can we rectify?
yes. We have two
It's
things.
our duty or it's admin.
Generally, it will not be a developer, it will be an admin. But what MDM offers is, if it is in a failed state also, there is something called a repair button down. On your MDM screen, when you try, I'll just show you when we have the lab active. On your MDM screen, when you try to see, there will be a repair button where if the ORS is in failed state and MDM can do a repair by itself, then if you click on repair button, it will again go to a valid or a warning state, which is absolutely fine. That's how Informatica MDM is so costly and highly running. Even if the application is completely down, if at all ORS is in invalid state, then that means the application is down. No third party tools can access that particular ORS. So MDM itself has a capability to repair itself, to make the application up. Just that a user should click on a repair button. But even if you click on repair button and the system is still down, then that means that there is some issue with the server. Please go and check. That's what is happening in this your particular labs. The ORS was in invalid state. A guy just deleted some system generated table. Yesterday we were seeing some logs and we tried to fix it. And there was a repair button. We tried to fix it, but again somebody did some changes yesterday night, I guess, so it went down again today. Another guy, Lakshman, you were able to access your lab now?
No, no, no.
No, right? Yeah, they're
No,
trying to
it is
do.
not responding actually.
Yeah, the server itself is not responding. That's what they're working on. Maybe they'll come back to you soon.
Okay.
So we will see how it goes. So MDM has a capability to repair itself, just that a user or a developer should start repairing it properly and click a repair button. It will show what all will it repair. And we can just click yes and it will do a repair by itself and system will be again up. If there is something which MDM cannot repair by itself, then there are some issues with the server and people have to do a repair manually. That admin will take care of. A developer has nothing to do with it. Even this repair button also, you will not be allowed to click as a developer. Admin only will do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So Amulya, as part of this lab, right, we'll create our own ORS for this class, right?
And actually, no. This ORS will be created by those people and given to you. They will not allow you to create an ORS because
Then
creating an ORS.
how, those people are not at all communicating.
Yeah, yes. See, maybe after this class, I'll ask you people also to put in conference. I said them very strictly to give it today, and that guy was telling that he'll just once the server is up, they'll communicate to you properly. They have some issues in the lab, it seems. But
Okay. And also the
Amul,
PPTs which you mentioned yesterday, we did not receive that as well.
because see, this
PPTs.
even the chat button isn't enabled. I don't know why.
so, Amulya, if there is any problem with ORS, so it is better to contact the administrator or just
Yeah, yeah,
press
yeah.
the
You
repair button.
should just definitely you should. No, don't just click the repair button. Even in a real-time system, you will have to inform admin that this is the problem.
Okay.
And this chat is also disabled now. And anyone has access to this chat button? Are you able to chat something?
Mm,
For me, it is disabled.
I don't see it.
Okay. Since we do not have a lab readily available today, we will say some of the theory part only, so that we will be faster in doing the labs. Or if you get an access to a lab today, okay. Now, once we log in, what is the first thing that we try to do? Okay, give me 1 minute. Did we write something? Okay, about these things it's said there. No problem. So now, once we log in, we can see something called acquire log data some page, and then what is the first thing that we try to do when we do a development is to acquire a log, correct? So for you to go and create a landing or a staging table, you should have something called ORS, correct? Because you can create a landing, staging, or a base object table within a ORS, right? People are following me?
Yeah, Amulya.
Okay, thank you. See, since this is an online class, I can't see you people faces to understand what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so first thing we have to create ORS.
Yes. Before you do all these things, let me go to the other PPT. See, for you all to do these things, you need to have a database, correct? And that database
Right.
can either be Oracle, DB2, or SQL Server. Okay. And for our purpose, we are using Oracle. in this lab. And for Oracle also, now you have a database. You should have a database space also, or a container, so that you'll put all these things into that particular container or a schema. In MDM terms, it is ORS. Never use a word called schema here in MDM. So use a word called ORS. You should get used to this word ORS, ORS, ORS. If you use the word schema, then they think that, okay, this guy is a fresher in MDM. So don't use that word also. Always use, if you want to call something with respect to schema, call it as a ORS. Now there should be an ORS. Now we create an ORS using this particular thing. What is the key? Somebody can, if you even tell that I know how to create an ORS, they will ask you what is the key of creating an ORS. Then the key is that even in your labs or even in real time, the key is that you should know the sys password to create an ORS, which definitely no database admin will give you, because having a sys is nothing but having everything in your hand. So if somebody asks you that, okay, when by chance also if you tell that, okay, I'm used to create an ORS, then ask you, they will definitely ask you what is the key point that you need to know while creating an ORS. If I'm an interviewer and if you people say me that I know how to create an ORS, then I will ask, at least in the panel, definitely I'll ask that, what is the key thing that you should know when you're creating an ORS? And people start saying that, okay, we should know something like localhost, service details, we should know this, but no, that's all bullshit. Rest all the things are given by client by himself. The only
So
thing that
DB,
the
so
client will give you what should be the name of the schema.
okay, host name and everything, local host.
Host name and all will all be decided by the client and the DB people.
Okay.
But those can be shared to you. That will always be shared to you, so that you should add it in your MDM hub or you should add it to your Oracle database. But something that is never shared to you is a sys password. Okay. So
So
whenever you're talking, be smart. Whenever they ask you that how did you create a schema, they don't expect you all these details. You should tell them that, okay, I was given a sys password to create a ORS. Then they understand that, okay, this guy knows how to create. When you say that we need Oracle, we need a local host, we need something called a port number, then that's all something that everybody knows. As a developer, as at least a senior developer, I expect, if you're just 1-2 years of developer, I don't mind. But if you're a senior developer, you should be smart enough to tell that, okay, the only key thing that we need to know to create an ORS is the sys password, which a DB
sys
admin will
password.
never give. See, in Oracle, when you install Oracle, there is something called sys and system, which are like admin accounts, correct?
Right.
And that password will not be shared to you by anybody except
Mm.
the DB admin. Okay, so for yourself to create a schema, he will not give you a sys password. He will tell that if I give you a sys password, you will grant yourself access to all the applications, which I do not want. So give me the script. I will only create a schema for you, is what every DB people tell. And when you tell in an interview that you have created schema, be very sure that you will answer this question called, I was given a sys password. Okay. So this is how a schema is created. Once a schema is created, now you should add that particular schema in your hub.
Hub.
So in your MDM hub, this page is called MDM hub. And this page, we have something called the databases. We acquire a lock and click on databases. We will see this in practicals. No need to worry. But since I anyways have a snapshot and we do not have a lab today, I'm just trying to go through these things. In MDM hub, what we are trying to do is acquire a lock. Click on a plus button, and it will start asking you. Click Oracle, then you'll try giving service or an SID. This is just the next button. And these all are the details which are given to you by your database admin itself. Here to register your ORS, it is not asking any such password. It is asking the database name, which we gave right now. Here you can see these details here. See, these are the details which are shared. It is asking for um, it is asking Oracle. Here we gave it as first thing Oracle, and then it is asking SID. Then we gave it as a service. If default it is taking service, and I just clicked on enter, and it is asking me the local host name, DB host, and it is asking Oracle service name. It is asking the identifier, all this schema name, user ID and password is something that we give while creating and is used. Create data source after registration is something that is default check and we did not remove it. And once after that, once you give that thing, this ORS is created like this. Of course, this is very confusing when you just hear a theory about it. We will do practical. Try to access machine one. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, in the databases, whatever the schema is created by an admin, we're trying to add it first. Okay, and that ORS, how we add is we try to acquire a log, click on a plus button and give all these required details. And these details are always shared by your database guy. Okay, and they are shared by a database guy and you're just registering it. I'm not creating it. So what will you people do in Toad or in SQL developer? You try to add a schema. One moment. Do I have SQL developer? Yeah. It's all in my local, but my local machine isn't working. One moment. See, always you are used to add your schema in your Oracle SQL developer. Give me one minute. Let this open. So you know how to add a connection here, right?
Right.
So similarly, we are just giving a connection name, user ID, password, host, port, and service name. It's exactly the same way I am trying to add a
Connect to
schema.
SQL developer.
Yeah, I have connected to SQL developer, and right now I created one ORS and I'm trying to give that ORS details here, right? Exactly in MDM also, I'm trying to connect to that ORS. Schema has been created and I should connect to that particular schema. I'm using this particular wizards to, this is like a UI connection. Exactly the same way that you add in Oracle. So let me tell you the sequential steps. An admin guy has created a ORS for you. You will register it in your Oracle database, not in Oracle database, in your SQL developer, and you'll register it in MDM. The way you register it in SQL developer is like this, giving the host name, port name, service name, and the connection name. And the way you register it in MDM is in this way. Clear here? Any other doubts? We will be doing practical in detail, need not worry about it, but theoretically, any doubts?
So Amulya,
So
we will get all the database details once the new ORS is created for our class, right? Like database name, aside, username,
Yes,
password.
yes.
So we have to go take those credentials and put that in a SQL server or Oracle, and
Mhm.
also put the same in MDM to get the database listed in MDM, right?
Yes,
we basically registering ORS in MDM.
yes.
Okay.
I heard some other voice also. Any other doubts? Okay. So what now, let us try to compare small things. Now, for example, I registered something here. I don't know even if this database is up. See, I have registered my database. Generally, what you try to do is like this, you'll register and you'll start create table formats, right? This is how you create tables in your SQL developer for any things like Power Center or something. If you want to add some tables, if you want to remove some tables, you can do it from here. Create table, table name, etc. Correct? But in MDM, you do not use this create script at all. It is banned. If you use to create if you create a table using a create script, MDM gets corrupted. That's the reason here we just try to see the data, and this is a place where we try to create all the tables in MDM itself. you're not going to write any entire SQL code, like create table, table space with columns, and then add column with a varchar and all those things. No. You are just using this SQL developer to view your data, to view how the table is created and all those things. But all the tables are created in this MDM only. I don't know if I have the chat here. All the tables are created from your model schema. Okay, we will be seeing all these things, but you are not going to write any other SQL scripts here to create tables or to add columns and nothing. It is all UI based. You create it within this particular MDM Hub console only. This page, entire page is called Hub console. Okay, clear? You are registering a database first and then you are then using a data. Excuse me. And then you start doing a development on that particular ORS. Okay, and now before you register a database also, you should have a credentials to log in. Correct? You should have credentials to log into your application. So you take Facebook, you need an ID and password to log in. You take LinkedIn, you need an ID and password to log in. Similarly, you take MDM, you need an ID and password to log into that hub page. We yesterday saw, right? I was clicking and I gave something called admin and admin. I tried to log in. Admin and admin is a default user ID and password which is created while installation only and nobody will configure it. But after that, everybody in MDM should have their own individual user access. Admin will give you a user ID and password for you people to log into MDM Hub Console. Okay? And here in the users, I have something called user. I did not take a snapshot of it. You'll have a plus option and you can create it in the users. You can create your own user ID and password. And when the login screen appears, you'll not give admin and admin, you'll give your own user ID and password to log into that particular application. This is about how a user is created. We will see that in detail. The problem is, one moment. My local is not working, but yeah, let me try that. Okay, so we try to add a user and then we give him access to, there might be a number of databases, we will give access to them. We will see that slowly because I don't want to hurry up. Let us see what else should be explained. I think the rest of the things we did lab. So far, any questions? See, what I am trying to do is, even in your real-time projects, you use this particular command to log in to start the JBoss server for MDM. I'm just trying to get my local server up, but yeah, my local is not working. I just wanted to see what's the issue. Any other doubts?
Amulya, when you getting data from landing to staging now, do we get only structured data, right? Structured data, not XML data or something like that, right?
Yeah, even the XML will be converted and put down into landing, a structured data itself.
Okay, or JSON, you get any other format data?
Any format data will be converted either using a Power Center or using any other external tool and put into a landing into a structured format.
Oh, okay.
See, I have so many files. I'm just trying to start my application, and whenever we start an MDM application, I know you will not have access to this particular folder. I don't know if it is available in lab, but Yeah, I'm trying to just restart my server, and it is something called deploying.
We should have access to this folder, right? Because we have to see when you start MDM, we should see the whether deployed or not all these files.
Yes, you'll have access to it, but you'll not have access to start and stop the server, I guess.
Oh, okay.
See that. Any other doubts? If not, we can stop the class here, and I will just work with these people to see what the server problem. Because yesterday it was up evening and it was working as expected. But again, not sure what happened overnight.
Amulya, will you please talk to Prakash to send the files to me, my email address?
Yeah, sure. See, I have even sent him, emailed him, and I will drop him a message to forward it to you. You can
Okay.
call him now. Okay.
Okay,
I just
thank you.
told them like just provide that access and that ID password.
That was, I
Server.
was thinking if I can just to ping them here itself. Also, they said that they'll send as soon as possible after the session. Know why they are delaying it for these things also. This is a problem every time in every batch. People start complaining they are not sending them.
Yeah. This server access will be a problem anyhow. So
Server isn't working properly, so okay, expect a delay in that. I don't know what's the problem. We are working on it, but yeah, documents you should have received by this time because I have even dropped an email to them long back.
so you supply all the instructions how to start the server and everything, Amulya?
For you people as a developer, you don't need it, but if you want, I can just document it and send it to you across. But in your lab, you will not have that instructions to start. To just
Right.
access the remote desktop, we will tell you how to access the remote desktop and connect, but you will
Okay.
not have an access to start and stop the MDM server.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, I'll give clear details on how to log in and all those things. Do not
Okay.
worry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.
Make sure that things will be good tomorrow, no? Because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are late as
I
per
know. I
me.
know. I completely understand. That's what we are. I'll just try to work with them right now.
Yeah, and tell them like not to make multiple follow-ups for a simple thing like sending the classes and notepads
That's
and all. Yeah,
completely agree. This is too much for everybody also to follow up. Nobody will be ready to do so many follow-ups, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'll just try to ask them that if they cannot send, at least drop me your email IDs so that I can directly send the materials. I'll ask them that.
Okay, Amulya, are you gonna have any WhatsApp group for this team or nothing
No,
like
no.
that?
Actually, I'm not allowed to share my email address or I'm not allowed to share my mobile number and all those things. That's the reason I'm not taking your email IDs to send the documents. Whatever is the communication that should happen through cloud communication. I'll just talk to them once today. I'll see what best I can do from my side so that you can get the things as soon as possible. Okay?
Okay.
Give me one day of time. I'll talk to them. If not tomorrow, maybe I will take your email address and try to share it from my end. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye
Amulya.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.